Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to our first ever Most Excellent Entertainment live stream. I'm Keith. Sorry about the slightly late start, uh, getting everything together. Um, so I definitely wish we were doing this live stream for our first one under different circumstances, obviously. But we're doing this because a guy named David Roach, who is one of my favorite artists of all time, honestly, has hit on some bad times, man. Um, and what I wanted to do originally, I had come up with like a little intro that I was going to do to talk about what David was going through. But this afternoon, I got a video from someone who knows David Roach more, you know, David Roach personally, and I don't know him personally. I only know him through his music, and he actually has explained this situation so much better than I ever could. So, Tyler, man, if you don't mind throwing up the video from Jason McMasters so people can hear in Jason's words what David is going through and what we really need, the reason why we're doing this thing.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. Well, by the time you see this, it won't be morning, probably. But I'm Jason McMaster, here to talk about David Roach. He is a super old friend of mine. We actually went to high school together, we had art class together. He claims that I'm the one that turned him on to Motorhead, which I'll take that trophy. I may not remember it as vividly as he does, but yeah, funny. They ended up using the spade off of a Motorhead poster, and David somehow correlates that together that I turned him on to Motorhead, and Junkyard later started using the spade for their logo. Kind of fun factoid. Anyway, David has been my friend, and we may not be super close, but always there, and we've been cheering each other on for pretty much our whole rock and roll lives. He played in punk bands and I played in metal bands all around Austin throughout the 80s. We ended up getting signed and toured together in September of 89. Before that, during high school, we ended up working at the same restaurant. His family, his brothers, his sisters, his mother worked at this restaurant downtown called Another Raw Deal, and I was hired as a dishwasher there. So you get the idea. We've been a constant in each other's lives, which is awesome. And I'm sorry I'm going to be long-winded here. I'll just warn you now. So yeah, then we're our bands, whatever bands they were for. He eventually moved out to L.A., Hollywood, and that story. And the same kind of thing happened with me and Dangerous Toys here right around the same time. In September of 89. Oh, by the way, our videos, the video for Tease and Pleasin' and the video for Hollywood debuted on MTV back to back. You see this strange thing that happens. I'm not done yet. So we toured together to promote our debut records together. It was an awesome tour. We started in the middle of the states and went all the way to the East Coast and ran up and down Florida, and then worked our way all the way out west. And I think we got as far as Tempe, Arizona, and we jumped on a bill with Faster Pussycat. And that was an incredible, that whole tour of like a month or whatever was so awesome. And we cried. We were Junkyard and Dangerous Toys members together. We're like, I don't want this to end. So interesting how that romance and love affair for what you do, and how when it's been going so great, you never want it to end, right? So yeah, we kept going respectively, right? And the story doesn't end ever with David. Fast forward, we were always there, did a bunch of gigs together. Broken Teeth, my band Broken Teeth, played shows with Junkyard. The Toys would jump on a bill with Junkyard once in a while. Just kept going throughout the decades at this point. So I moved to Lockhart uh, which is outside of Austin, Texas. For those of you global, I'm about 30 or 40 minutes outside of Austin, Texas, southeast. And David's brother Pat was living in the house next door to the house that I bought. So next thing you know, David's moving in with Pat. So I'm living next door to David Roach. High school, our band's debut next door to each other, back to back on MTV. We tour together. We live next door to each other. So there you go. David needs our help. Congratulations to David and Jennifer on their recent marriage and vows, and that's incredible love. Let me make note now that Jennifer has had to quit her day job to be there with David all the time because he needs her help and he needs our help. And that's really why I'm here today, is to just ask everybody to kind of dig down deep a little bit and throw some in the Folgers can, and let's get it to David and Jennifer so they can fight this crap that's slowing David down. And let's get David back on the microphone, and he's still smiling. That all the photos and such that I've seen is he's smiling and he's positive. He's reached out a few times, and he's David. He's a fighter. He's hardcore, man. And he's in Nebraska now, so I can't just knock on the door next door and go, "Hey, dude, what's up?" So let's do this and just help him fight this crap so we can get him back on stage and living next door to us, or whatever he needs to do to keep on rocking. I think that Keith and his friends putting this video together, this making a podcast and making a little kind of let's help David movement is awesome. So I want to thank them for inviting me to submit to that. And I want to thank Jennifer again for keeping everybody informed about treatments and how David's feeling. And, sometimes it's not always pretty, but she's telling us the truth and giving us some kind of information that gives us the truth as best she can, bless her heart. So long live David Roach. Let's keep this going. Hello to the Junkyard guys, and thank you for just being Junkyard. And David, I love you and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you jumping and grooving and dancing and singing again. Yeah? Love you guys.
Hey, all right. So like I said, like Jason said, thank you, Jason. First of all, that was to have someone who has known David for that long and is, familiar with the situation to come in and send a message was amazing. I do want to drop out of here, let you guys see this graphic that my producer Tyler Martin created. Obviously, it's not his original pictures, but he came up with a pretty cool graphic to use as the background for this podcast. So I want to real quick, before we get more into things, let everybody know that down in the description for the podcast, we have some links. The first one is the link to the GoFundMe. Please, man, like Jason said, let's throw some money in the tin, man. Let's help David out. Let's help him get back on his feet and back to rock and rolling, back to doing what he does best. Um, and the other one is junkyardblues.com. Blues is BLOOZE. And at junkyardblues.com, you can pick up some stuff. You can get art that David has created. You can get junkyard shirts, junkyard merchandise, and all of that money is going to David. Is going to help out, man. So just be as generous as you can be. And if you can't help financially, which I mean, some people can't, uh, share the link, share the links to everything. Let people know, get 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 awareness raised up. Because David, it means a lot to a lot of people. And even if you don't know Junkyard and you don't know David Roach, cancer fucking sucks. I think everyone has been affected by cancer. Like I know I've lost family members to cancer. Um, I've lost friends to cancer. And I think, unfortunately, everybody has that story. So let's help David beat this thing, man. Um, and let's support Jennifer, dude. Like, what, how amazing is it that woman who's now his wife, quit her job to be a full-time caregiver for the man that she loves. I don't really know her background, but I don't, think this was something that she was prepared to do. Um, you know, so before we get any further along in this thing, I also want to let people know that if you want to come on, talk about David, talk about music, talk about anything, whatever, there's a link in the description that will take you to the Zoom meeting. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're from, as long as you love me. No, I'm just kidding. It's such a bad reference on this podcast, especially. Um, but because man, Junkyard is so the opposite of corporate pop. Um, but come on in. You know what I mean? I will let you in. We will talk. We will talk about rock and roll, and we will talk about David Roach and Junkyard. So anybody who wants to hop on, please click that link. Get in the Zoom meeting. I will hit admit, and we will get to rapping. So I want to talk a little bit about my experience with Junkyard, which admittedly I was a kid, Um, so I remember here in Hollywood for the first time, and just man, it was exactly what I loved about rock and roll. It was raw and told a story, and just a great tune. So I immediately went out and bought the album cassette, if you will. Went down to Sounds Fine, bought the cassette, and then I heard blues. First track, um, ripping out of the speakers, man, just that riff, man. Um, it got me up, it got me going. Um, of course, Simple Man came out, and Simple Man really gave the band the push, Um, and that was a fantastic song too. One thing that David is really good at is clever lyrics. Um, so, and honestly, if someone else in the band wrote the lyrics, I apologize. But one thing that Junkyard was always good at was clever lyrics. And the lyrics of Simple Man are very clever, you know. Uh, but anyway, to get a little more personal, I was a depressed kid, man, like a lot of people. And there were times that I was suicidal. I was actually clinically, depressed as a kid. Um, just didn't have the best home life, was really poor, abusive stepdad, yada yada, stuff that everybody goes through, or not everybody, but it's a familiar tale. Um, and I remember Junkyard's music and the energy that they presented. Like, I tell people Junkyard and Kiss saved my life. Um, because that first Junkyard album and Hot in the Shade, uh, God, they filled me with life, man. Even if David was singing about stuff. Sorry, my iPhones are weird. Um, hopefully, I don't know what that looked like going live, but anyway, um, just the energy, man. Like it built me up, and it made me not want to die. I can't say it made me not want to die, but it made me want to live. So I am indebted to David Roach and Junkyard for that. Um, and Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons and Kiss, because uh, those those two albums, they didn't just build my childhood, and they built me. Um, I loved that Junkyard album so much that I decided that from that moment forward, the term blues, BLOOZE, was going to refer to blues based hard rock. Like, that's what we were going to call it. We were going to call it blues music, and it was going to be BLOOZE. Um, it didn't really catch on. I Googled it, but I did after that. Like, I would make playlists, I would make mixtapes, and call them blues and just put bands of that nature on them and stuff. Um, but uh, but yeah, that's what I did. So that's really what I've got about Junkyard. They, I mean, I guess it's a lot. The fact that they really kind of saved me, man. Um, and I'm glad that I'm in a position to kind of pay it back, even if it's only a little bit. I mean, we do have an audience, so hopefully our audience will respond and help David out. And not to sound like an infomercial, but the way that you help David out and Jennifer is by going to the GoFundMe that you can see down in the bottom, down in the description, and send them a few bucks, man. Send them what you can, or uh, like Marshall Benson did, like Jamie Allen did, go to the Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com, and buy something. I mean, and you can rep it. You know what I'm saying? You could say this is a piece of art that David Roach created, or you can freaking wear a Junkyard shirt. If you're bold enough, you can wear a David Roach Junkyard fuck cancer shirt. It's a sentiment that I think we can all get behind. So, speaking of the band, let's Tim from Junkyard was kind enough to send in a video. Um, and before we go to that, I do want to. This is a very interesting thing that you'll see in the videos. Some people are talking to me. Some people are talking to the podcast audience, and some people are actually speaking directly to David. Obviously, man, I'm going to send a link to this thing to David and his wife so they can watch it if they're not watching live. I don't know who's watching live. Um, if they're not, they can watch it later. but it's kind of interesting that some people wanted to talk directly to David. Um, I thought that was really cool. But anyway, yeah, here's Tim from Junkyard with just a quick message. Uh, so yeah, let's check that out.
Hey Keith, this is Tim from Junkyard. I wanted to drop you all a note and say we appreciate all you're doing for David, and I know he appreciates it very much. And we actually were all of us, the four of us, were just in Omaha to see him, and he got married. He's a newlywed, and we talked about all the future things we want to get going once he gets back on his feet. And we've worked together for many years, many years, and I consider him like a brother, closer than brothers, considering some of the things we've been through together. This topsy-turvy rock and roll business, as you're probably all aware of. But I just wanted to drop a line, from all the rest of the fellas, and thank you for all you're doing, and thank you from Junkyard World. And I know his family appreciate it and all the love. They mentioned as much to me because they were there for the wedding, and it was a lovely affair. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.
All right, man. So basically, from here on out, in between the videos, I'm going to come back. I'm going to remind people how they can help David. And then we're just going to go to the next video because I said what I needed to say during this little in between part. And I think that it's important that we get in and we hear everything that people had to say and all the different ways that David's music has touched people. And just the fact that so many people from so many different places. I mean, primarily music, but we've got people from all different places and fans just coming on and wishing David well or telling their junkyard stories, and it's really, really cool. So let's not forget, if you guys want to pop in, I mean, you can come on in and talk too. And then we'll break away from the videos for a minute to talk. But oh, man. Sorry, this is okay. Like I said, I'm glad that I'm in a position to help. Um, but I wish it was under. I wish our first live was something different. Anyway, the GoFundMe's down there in the description. Junkyardblues.com to BLOOZE to support David by purchasing something. Honestly, how amazing is it that the band? I mean, it makes sense. The guys have known each other for decades, but how amazing is it that the band is just whatever the band brings in right now while David is recovering goes right to David and Jennifer. And that's one thing Jason McMaster mentioned in his video, and I want to touch on too, because it's something that's really got me. The fact that, David isn't sitting there like, fuck it, my life's over. I have cancer. He got married. He is smiling and up walking around and flipping off the camera, you know, doing the rock and roll thing and planning for his future. Like Tim said, talking about what Junkyard's going to do when he's back on his feet, man. One thing that we have to keep in mind, even though he doesn't look like it, David is a young man. He's 60. The American healthcare system is not set up to support 60-year-old men with cancer. It's set up to ignore them. So there has been real struggles with health insurance. You might say, "Oh, this guy was a rock star." Anybody who knows how rock and roll music worked in the 80s, they understand that David needs help. So let's do it, let's be generous, give something, man. because this guy has given a lot, and I thought I was done talking, but I do want to say something now, thinking about David's attitude. Some people don't realize that Junkyard wasn't a Hollywood band, as Jason kind of talked about. They were a Texas band, and not only were they a Texas band, but they were formed from punk rock bands. Minor Threat and Dag Nasty among them, two of the most iconic punk rock bands. So they had that punk attitude, man, and that Texas toughness, And I think David is an example of that. Is a prime example of punk attitude and Texas toughness and just, not giving up, dude. Keeping the fight, taking the fight to this shit. So anyway, yeah. This next video is from a guy named Johnny G. He's a bass player. He's more in the soul and funk category, but he doesn't know David, but he wanted to send a video directly to David. So let's go ahead and check out Johnny G, man.
Hello, David. How you doing? I'm Johnny G. I'm one of America's favorite bass players, I hope. How you doing, man? I learned two things about you that I really like. One, you like music, and two, you like to rock. That's good enough for me. So what I want you to do, man, is keep rocking, keep cranking, and above all, keep believing. Take care, my friend.
Hey, so you guys got a little preview of the next video, I guess. Um, it's all good. So yeah, like I said, from here, we're just gonna say, check out the GoFundMe, please. Support David and Jennifer and Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com to pick up some cool stuff and also support David and Jennifer. So this next guy, Jamie Allen, messaged me and told me that he went and picked up a Junkyard shirt, uh, right after he made his video. He's a rock singer. He's a rock and roller. He's a guy who lives the life, um, and was kind enough to send this video in. Oh man, there's something so cool about this video that we'll talk about when we get back. But let's go ahead and hear what Jamie Allen had to say, man.
Hey, David Roach. This is Jamie Allen, singer and songmaker in the band Platinum Rock Legends. Always been a big fan. That's my favorite album right there. I just want to send out my thoughts and prayers to you for a full and speedy recovery. And I'm hoping for the best for you, brother. Rock on, my man.
On my phone, I couldn't hear what the fuck he was. Oh, we're back. All right, you guys live because you may have caught me. All right, Adam Rich is coming in. Hey, Adam, are you there, brother? All right, I admitted him. Adam, if you can hear me, as soon as your video and audio comes up, or your audio at least, just give a holler and we'll talk. So one of the really cool things about that video was in the background, Jamie Allen was playing a Junkyard album on a turntable, man. So that was really, really cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Adam, it looks like you've got your video and your audio muted. So, but whenever you're ready to hop in here and talk, man, I'm ready. we're ready to listen. And hopefully Adam Rich isn't Cornbread's government name. Because if I just straight up oh, okay, so he's just gonna type. He's not actually gonna come on to the podcast that in that way. So Adam, you got any memories or anything you want to say about David? I guess I'll translate. Okay, so he discovered Junkyard when he was 14 in 1989. I was 15, very similar. He bought the first cassette, which, yeah. And the second, yeah, me too. The second album was a little more melodic, but good stuff still. And then never heard from them again. Yeah, because, the whole grunge thing kind of made rock and roll music, at least the high energy rock and roll music, sort of disappear. But then so they broke up for a while, but they got back together and they put out some good stuff since then. I was in the exact same boat, man, to be honest. I never got to see him live either. But okay, there was a little more to that. Let me see what he said, because it looks like he actually may have saw them live at some point. But yeah, when you're 14, 15 years old, let's see. Until the new CD in 2017 came out. They came to Winchester here in Cleveland in 2017. That's awesome, man. So, I mean, honestly, as much as you want to see a band in what could be considered their heyday, there's something to be said about seeing veteran bands. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, they weren't kids anymore. They'd all been playing for a while, and they, you know, like I saw Trickster in 1991, and I didn't think they were good. Glad they still had David and Patrick from the original lineup. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, you can't be Junkyard without David, you know? And he got them to sign a CD. Oh, dude, what was it like meeting those guys? Curious about that. Everybody says David was such a good dude. He was such a good dude. Yeah, he said it was fun. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, man. Lost my voice singing along for like an hour. Been there, dude. Been there. That's awesome, man. Well, dude, I'm happy to have you on here. So I forget what the next video is. Tyler, you're gonna have to tell me. Okay, cool. So and he says that Hollywood and Shot in the Dark are his two favorite tunes. Yeah, they're great songs, man. I love Hollywood. I love blues. I got a special place for that song, man. But whatever your favorite Junkyard song is, there's not really anywhere to. Okay, and he's got more to say when I'm ready. All right, I appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do a video real quick, but we'll come back to it. So if you just want to turn on audio and talk, that might make this a little bit easier. You don't have to do a video, but if you're not comfortable with it, I totally understand. We can keep on doing this translation thing. But yeah, we've got David Lucarelli coming up, a musician who was inspired by Junkyard, like a lot of us were. And yeah, let's check his video out real quick here.
Hi, David. This is David Lucarelli. You don't know me, but I'm a fellow musician, and I happen to be a cancer survivor. And I just wanted to let you know that I love Junkyard. Hollywood is one of my favorite songs, from that classic riff to the overall attitude that captures the true spirit of what it was like to be out here young in the 1980s, seeking your dream in a town that's filled with perils, pitfalls, and also possibilities. That song spoke to me. It's a classic, so I wanted to speak to you tonight and let you know that I heard about your diagnosis, and I'm wishing you all the best during this difficult time, man. Thank you so much for your art and your music, and I hope to see you play that song for me live sooner than later because you made a full recovery. All the best.
All right, man. So while the video was playing, Adam kind of explained that his technology is not in tip-top condition at the moment. So we're gonna keep on. I will translate things through the magic of reading. But yeah, so again, junkyardblues.com, BLOOZE, to support David and Jennifer by buying some junkyard stuff, or the GoFundMe link is in the description. All right, we got somebody else coming in, Jeff Long. Let's get him on here. Hey Jeff, how's it going, brother? So yeah, I might hop to a video real quick, and when you get your speaker and video or mic and video set up, just feel free to come in and let's talk about junkyard. Um, but yeah, Jake Allred, I think that's how you say his last name. I hope that's how you say his last name. Sent in a really like heartfelt video. I think anyway, and he's a super talented musician. He's the bass player and singer in multiple bands. Jake Curtis Allred. Check out his and I mean I'm not really gonna, I don't know. This isn't really about that. And I'm sure that he didn't do it to he didn't send the video in to promote himself, but I do want to say like Jake is an outstanding musician, and just like he says in his video, check Jake out, like he says to check out Junkyard. But yeah, let's go ahead and play Jake's video real quick here.
Hey David, Jake here. Our friend Keith was telling me that he was going to be going live and spreading some awareness about what you're going through and hopefully raise some money as well because it's such a difficult situation. It's a real shame. I want to let you know I wish you nothing but the best, and I want to let everyone else know, David, if you don't know his work, it's great. I love Junkyard. Great blues-inspired rock, really cool, powerful stuff. Go check it out. If anyone watching is able to help him out in some way, or at least, express their sympathy for the situation going on, I'm sure it would be a big help to him. David, wish you the best.
All right, what's up? I'm back now with Jeff and Adam. I'm not sure if Jeff is wanting to come on screen or just hang out and maybe type some stuff or just be a part of this thing. So Adam said that he's got some more stuff to say. So let's Adam, go ahead and let me know what you got real quick. Okay, so he came across Chris Gates' profile on Facebook. For those of you who don't know, Chris Gates was a guitarist in Junkyard during their first incarnation. Okay, so he messaged him and said he was trying to learn Hollywood. Did Chris send you the tabs, man? Because that would be so cool. Oh, dude. Okay, so, and Adam also does a cancer benefit concert in Cleveland. He's been doing it since 2012. And his band chose Hollywood to cover this year, which is freaking awesome, dude. Right on. Hell yeah. Oh man, and it's like, okay, so Adam didn't even know that David had been diagnosed. They chose the song before. He chose the song before. So yeah, that's a really cool like irony and a good, man, fate, very cool twist of fate. So yeah, so he hit up Chris and said that he was trying to learn it. Asked to send him a video of him playing it. Okay, cool. Oh, and Chris said we can Zoom. Hell yeah. That's excellent, man. That is very, very cool. So for 40 minutes. So for 40 minutes over a Zoom call, Chris taught Adam the solo. That is awesome, man. That is so cool. Hey, Jeff, how's it going, brother?
I'm good, Keith. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Love the shirt.
Thank you. It's the OG.
Hell yeah.
I got the hat here too. This hat has about 100,000 miles on it, and
Man,
still going.
that is
Still going.
awesome, brother.
I wear this hat every day.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So I don't know how much time you need to fill, or how much in depth you want me to go, but I got a story for you.
Man, let's just hear the story, brother. Take as much time as you want. We're not on a time limit, so whatever you
All right,
got to
cool.
say.
First of all, cheers. I don't know where David is in his sobriety. I haven't talked to him super recently, but man, if there's anything that Junkyard fans are known for, it's throwing back a few. So
Yeah, brother.
I started watching you a little bit ago while I was at work, and came right home and said, let's get some Junkyard gear on and crack a cold one.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, let me tell you my story. So I was about 15 when the first record came out. And like you guys, man, I played that cassette to fucking death, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I wore the shit out of that cassette. And man, I don't know if I'd want to be as extreme as saying it saved my life. But man, I was a troubled kid too, and going through hard times, and any music was just that therapy you needed. And I just wore the shit out of that cassette. Sixes, sevens, and nines. Not quite as much, just because life had moved on a little bit, but I enjoyed it. And I've always been a rock and roller. Never had any musical talent to do it myself, but I've always been a fan. And then when the new record dropped in 2017, at High Water, I saw the a couple write-ups on it that it was coming out, and I got so excited that they were putting out new music. And I pre-ordered the deluxe version, which had a special foil print cover and was autographed and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then right about that time, they dropped the M3. I don't know if you're familiar with M3. It's a
Sure.
music
Music
festival.
festival, yeah.
Yeah, and we were living in. I live in Maryland now, ironically, but we were in New Hampshire at the time, and my now wife and I, we were like, that lineup dropped, and especially seeing Junkyard on it was like, we're effing going.
Yeah.
And we went and we saw Junkyard play. I'm not a lot of people there were in Junkyard gear, but I sure as shit was.
Yeah.
And then we're walking through the crowd, and there's Roach just hanging out like a normal dude, chit chatting with people. And I stayed in the back for a minute, and then my turn came. I talked to him, and I asked him. I was like, "Hey, when's that the deluxe version of that album shipping?" Which I think just trying to drop the message that I'm a little bit more than the casual guy here at M3. I'm here for
Right.
you.
Right.
And just had a cool conversation, took a picture, and let him be. But a few weeks later, they're playing in New Hampshire. So I have that picture printed, and I bring it with me. And we get out of the car, we walk up, and he's there in the parking lot shooting the shit with just people, just shooting the shit like a normal dude. And I stand back, letting him finish his conversation, and he stops and he looks at me and he's like, "Oh, hey, I know you." and I'm just like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that's so cool, right?
Yeah, man.
Um, yeah, it's badass.
Yeah.
And so, see the show and then they just, for whatever reason, over the next year or two, they played a bunch of shows in the Northeast. And we probably saw them. I might be lying, but I want to say I saw them 10 times in the next couple of years.
Hell yeah.
And like it got to the point where me and Dave, and there are a whole fuck ton of people that called Dave their friend, a friend,
Yeah.
and none of them are wrong. And I'm not trying to one up anybody, but me and Dave got tight. Where when they were playing, we'd get together before the show, my wife and me and him, and we'd be having dinner before the show.
Hell yeah.
The three of us, like it was surreal. Like, this is the cassette I wore the fuck out of when I was 15 years old, and now I'm going out to dinner. Like, he would arrange his schedule around going out to dinner to hang out with us.
Man.
I'm trying not to be too shadowed here.
You're
Um,
good.
and some things just kind of came out of that. Like, we're having dinner before the show. It's in Manchester, New Hampshire, and it's just him, my wife, and I. And I'm trying to tell the story being a little bit vague in respect to some privacy issues.
Sure.
But we have some parenting our children. We have some very uniquely personal things that have happened with our children,
Gotcha.
respectively. And he said something about it, and it was kind of vague, and then he stops and he's like, "Hey, I don't know if I've told you, but," and it was like, the where the record just skips in the restaurant. What did you just say?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was just it's a connection. It was really, really cool. And I'm trying to go over here a second. In 2020, when the George Floyd issues were going on, he
Yeah.
made me that.
Oh
That
man.
really hit home for both of us. And this is the lyrics for "Rome is Burning," and cops killed
Wow.
George Floyd last night. He kind of changed it up for me.
Yeah.
Um, and my wife and I, we got married just this last September. Super small guest list, and Roach was on that list. He didn't make it.
Yeah.
But that's how tight I consider Dave. I consider him one of my best friends. I think a lot of junkyard crew say that. And like I said, I'm not discrediting anyone or one-upping anybody. David is a friend to an awful lot of people.
Man.
So yeah, I've reached out to him. I've talked to him a couple of times recently, just chat and stuff. I don't know much more than anybody else, but
Yeah.
man, I'm waiting on every word I can hear out of the camp to know what's going on with him and hear how much he's getting better, because I can't wait to see him again and rock out with him.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, that is such an awesome story. I mean, really, like, to become friends, with someone, like you said, when you were 15, you got that cassette. Like, that's freaking amazing, brother. That's
Yeah, yeah,
really,
and
really cool.
his son Ray doesn't. Ray probably doesn't know my name or know anything about me.
Yeah.
But I've through David helped him out with a couple of things too,
That's awesome.
which is it's just a really cool connection. And like I said, it's kind of been a surreal ride with it. In fact, you mentioned the song Blues.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Um,
love that song.
in when was it? Must have been like 2018. We had him for Junkyard did a private party for us.
Oh, hell yeah.
A buddy of mine set it up, and they were doing a little mini tour through the area, and so we got a day with them, and which was just really, really cool all by itself. But Dave let me come up and do the breakdown for Blues,
Oh man, that's
which was
killer,
just
dude.
it's super bad. I'm a little embarrassed to say that if
Oh.
you watch the video, the thing you'll realize is when he set down the mic for me to go pick up, I didn't realize he turned it off, and I've never been on stage, so I'm just up there rocking out, and
And the mic's off.
Yeah, the mic's not on.
Oh, that's
You
hilarious.
know, through the cell phone videos, you know, you can hear me, you know, doing my thing, but yeah, I didn't do it real well. But you know, to be able to go up and do something like that was just, you know, so super cool.
Yeah, for sure,
You know,
brother.
and I practiced it, you know, in my house, you know, and, for like, you know, weeks before, you know, just because I couldn't fuck up the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, dude, even though you know it front to back, like when you're actually up there, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
So
right. Don't fuck this up.
yeah, for sure, brother. All right, man. So, dude, thank you so much, man. We're gonna play a video from oh, we're gonna do Roger Chenard now. Okay, cool. So yeah, Roger Chenard from All Sinners, Purchase Street Records, the store and the label. Um, and he's got a personal story about David too. So let's check it out, man.
Hey everybody, it's Roger from Purchase Street Records in New Bedford, Massachusetts. And I also perform with a band called All Sinners out of Massachusetts also. Quick story, David played a venue in the area and obviously with Junkyard. Came into the store, just instantly became friends. Great guys, great band. To me, that band should have been bigger. But every band I feel should be bigger. You know, a certain fan base only gets so many things. And this is one that everybody should definitely check out. But I hope the best for everybody in the band and David. And it's a pleasure getting to know him for the few days that I did. But we'll see you soon, and go spin a Junkyard record or two.
All right, we are back. Yeah, so it was funny because Tyler was giving us the 8-second countdown to when we're back on the screen, um, but yeah, just we're gonna pop in real quick and just remind everybody. Oh man, Drew Fortier was planning on coming in, but he just shot me a message and said that he wasn't gonna be able to make the Zoom, but he hopes that we have a wonderful time. So talking to Drew was really cool. He's got a lot of David stories too, but he also sent in a video, give everybody kind of a little glimpse of that. But anyway, man, like I've been saying, support David. Go to the GoFundMe. It's in our description, and check out Junkyard Blues BLOOZE.com to purchase some stuff like. For those of you who are watching this video live and who are watching the playback on YouTube, like Jeff said, David made that piece of art on his wall, and you can buy art that David has made on the Junkyard site if you want something like super cool and personal. You know, he's a talented dude, man. So we're gonna go real quick to a video from Eric Sanders. So yeah, let's just throw that in there.
David Roach, Eric Sanders here. I don't expect you to recognize my name or recognize me, but I've known you since I'm 15 years old. Ever since the first time I heard Hollywood, I've been a major Junkyard fan. And I'm the inverse of that now, 51 years old. And I'm also a big-time collector. Got every Junkyard CD, not just the official ones, but also the unofficial ones, and singles, and promos, and live discs, and compilations, and a bunch of other collectibles as well. I play drums for a living, and probably hear some music in the background. Sorry about that. I'm on tour right now. I'm on the road, and there's another band playing, but I wanted to shoot you this video. And I'm also friends with your drummer, Patrick Mazinga. But I wanted to take some time to tell you how awesome you are. Not only are you a creative artist, but just an exceptional storyteller, and a great lyricist, an awesome frontman. Most importantly, you're an incredible humanoid, and an amazing father. And now let's add husband to that as well. So hope you're feeling good, and you're getting healthy. We're going to see you back on the road again. Last time I saw you, you He played at 37 Main in Buford, Georgia, which is a suburb north of Atlanta. That's where I'm based out of now. After that gig was done, you and I hung out for a while. You were talking to me and telling stories, and I'll never forget it. You rock, man. Cheers.
All right, man. So, like, you know, a lot of people who are fans of Junkyard, Eric is a touring musician. He's a drummer. And I don't really know. Maybe it's because in a way there weren't a lot of people who were combining like punk rock attitude with hard rock and blues. But musicians definitely are fans of Junkyard. Um, so uh, we're trying to work something out here real quick. So we're probably gonna get into another video real fast. Um, and we've got so many to get through, and I'm so appreciative of that. But remember why we're here. You know, we're here to support David Roach and support Jennifer, and to get them some help. So you can do that by clicking on the GoFundMe in the description, or going to junkyardblues.com to purchase some Junkyard stuff, and the money will go directly to David and Jennifer. So man, this next one is another guy who is an outstanding musician. He's been a guest on the show before, and he is a personal friend of David and the guys in Junkyard. Um, Mark Knight from Bang Tango and Mark Knight and the Unsung Heroes.
Hey, it's Mark Knight here from Mark Knight and the Unsung Heroes, formerly of Bang Tango. I just want to send some well wishes out to my old pal David Roach, who's going through some stuff here. If you guys can help him out, go to the GoFundMe and donate to take care of some of his medical bills. David's an old friend. We were both in bands in the same scene back in the day, and we bump into each other a lot on the road, and it was always a familiar, friendly face to see Dave. And I lost contact with him over the years, but a couple years back, we got booked with Junkyard, Mark Knight and the Unsung Heroes, and we did a show together. And I reconnected with David, and it was awesome. We went on a couple bands before Junkyard, and he sat down in our set on the stage right in front of us and watched our whole thing, and just was unbelievable. And you know, we had some beers, we had some laughs, and it was great to see him again. And I became friends with some of the Junkyard guys, and I just hope him the best, and go support him. Hit up the GoFund and do what you can for him, and hopefully he gets through this. And that's it. Thanks so much. Peace.
All right, man. So I want to thank Mark for that video. Adam said that he might have a little bit more to talk about. If he wants to throw it in the chat, I will fire it off. We've got 10 more videos to get through, dude. 18 freaking videos were sent in. And to me, I mean, like I said, that's just an incredible testament to the people that David Roach has touched, either with his music or as a human being. And you can help David, support Jennifer. As I've said over and over again, I feel like that's kind of my job this episode, is just to keep on pushing the links, keep on pushing that GoFundMe link, keep on pushing Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com. So yeah, Adam has one more funny story about the band. Yeah, brother, just go ahead and type it out, and when you get done, I will read it. But yeah, I think right now, like I said, my job is just to facilitate this thing, man, and let people know how much David means to so many of us, and And like I said, even if you don't have a connection with Junkyard like we do, um, cancer fucking touches everybody, man, unfortunately. So, oh, this is a really cool thing. Okay, I'm about to read this off. Let me see here now. So, Adam said he collected those Rockstar cards in the early 90s. Yeah, I remember those. Junkyard had cards and he mailed one to Chris Gates and he sent it back signed. That's very cool. That is really cool. So, I mean, like, did you send it to have him sign it, or did you send it just to be like, hey man, check out this awesome card of you? And then he signed it. That's pretty wild. Oh, okay. So he had two. He sent one for him and one to sign. That's really cool, man. Those 90s Rockstar cards were really, really cool. I collect cards. I don't have those, but I should look into collecting them because I'll bet there's some cool bands on there. Um, but yeah, man. Lots of hair metal bands. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I think it's funny how the term hair metal, let's just do this. I mean, I would never call Junkyard hair metal. If anything, I'd call them like sleaze rock or blues metal. But they were more of a working man's band, you know. As you can see from the videos or from the graphic, if you're watching it, David did not tease his hair. It might be a little bit of mousse in there, but I think that's more likely sweat. So,
Well,
um,
we tease David about his hair.
yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, dude. I always wondered that about them, like as an old punk rocker, how he felt about growing his hair out, you know, and like, um, you know, but that was the image back then, dude. You had to have long hair, um, if you were, you know, gonna get on the radio. But
Hey, Keith, one thing real quick I wanted to toss out just to
oh yeah, go for it, brother.
channel
Yeah,
off
absolutely.
something you were saying before about how don't think just because he put out a couple albums in the '80s that he's a rich man and can do this on his own.
Yeah, yeah,
When that time came that he and I were getting to know each other, um, and I don't think he'd mind me saying this, so
sure.
I'll do so. He was literally living in his ex-wife's garage.
Yeah, man.
His son lived with his ex-wife. He wanted to, Dave's a good dad,
Yeah,
and he wanted to be near. But I mean, that was his financial situation. Uh, and he was happy being a starving artist. He didn't want to go work at a grocery store. By the way, that's what I do.
right
He
on.
didn't want to work at a grocery store and be, a slave to someone else. He wanted to be. He was happy being a starving artist.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, starving artists don't have health insurance. I'm not sure. I don't know whether he does or doesn't currently.
right.
But as a generalization, starving artists don't have health insurance, and they don't have big bank accounts.
Yeah,
So consider that when if you've got $5 to spare, if you've got $50 to spare, if you've got $500 to spare, just consider that the way he gave his life to rock and roll,
oh yeah,
gave his life to when we were kids, we were always like fuck work, we're gonna do this.
yeah,
Well,
man.
Dave fucking did it. He
Yeah, he
did it.
did.
He lived it.
Yeah,
And he gave it to us. And yeah, if you got a nickel to spare, man, toss it up. Jennifer has only been around for the last and I'm not discrediting Jennifer. Don't hear what
yeah.
I'm not
No,
saying.
for sure.
She's only been around for a handful of years, and to her credit, she has taken on that this is my lifetime partner role.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so yeah, if you got $5, I don't know Jennifer. I've never spoken to her. I wish I did.
yeah,
Jennifer, if you're hearing this, cheers. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But if you got $5, give it.
yeah. Absolutely, man. 100%, dude. I did talk with Jennifer. a little bit before we did this podcast because I wanted to make sure. Well, actually, originally I asked her if she wanted to come on because if anybody has information about what's going on, it would be her. But she declined because of well, I don't want to say why, but it's not anything bad. It's personal. Just not comfortable basically being on a podcast. So you know what? Anxiety issues. I don't think that's anything terrible to say. So, she just didn't feel comfortable coming on. But she was really nice and very gracious and gave me the go ahead to do this. And I'm very big on stuff like that. Like if you're going to talk about someone's personal things, you have to talk to them first,
Yeah, absolutely.
So I reached out to Jennifer and I've also sent some stuff to David just to let him know how things were going. I know his health is not where it needs to be right now, so he hasn't responded, and he's probably getting 100 million messages from people who love him, so that's fine.
Oh, I spam the fuck out of him. He doesn't respond
yeah.
back very often, but I spam the fuck out of him.
Yeah, for sure, dude. So he at least, I sent him a message so that he would know what we were doing for him here. And I'm sure he appreciates it, But it's funny because Adam said that he thinks that Geffen wanted them to be the next Guns N' Roses, who were their label mates. And that does make some sense. And it also makes some sense of why, like, they probably got a shitty deal, because back in the day, this is what would happen. The label would pay for everything up front, but then you would have to pay it back. And so if they're like, oh, Junkyard is going to be huge, they may have given them a shitty deal and hyped them up. You guys will be able to pay this back. It'll be worth it. But when you go on tour, the band pays for the tours most of the time. The label did not sponsor the tours. So you were paying to keep yourself out there on the road and push your record so that you could make money so you could pay back the label. And most of those people never paid back the label. There's bands that are still in debt. The Muffs, who were one of the most iconic bands of the 90s, different genre of music, but they never paid back their advance. And recently Fat Tim, who if you like punk rock, I mean, Fat Tim, he sold Fat Records and used some of the money. It was like $4 million to square up everybody's debts so that now they can get royalties off their back catalog. So that, man, but not, most record labels are not that generous. So yeah, like Jeff was saying, man, just support these guys. Like whatever your perception is, it's probably a little skewed. David needs help. That was the point of this whole thing. I wanted to kind of, because I've done this podcast and I've talked to tons of musicians and stuff, I wanted to kind of break down the reality of the situation when you're a musician, especially during the late 80s and early 90s. Even if you've got songs on the radio and songs on MTV and you're out there on the road, you probably weren't making money unless you were selling millions and millions of albums. It's unfortunate, man, but it's how it went. So yeah, I'm gonna, since we're live and I get to talk and I can't remember exactly what's going next, but Tyler, who no one can hear, what's the next video, brother? Oh, gotcha. Okay, so Jeff Tripoli, who is actually from my hometown of Ithaca, New York, and now lives in Syracuse, I believe, and is a super successful drummer. Made a really cool video for David. So yeah, let's check that out, man.
Hey David, Jeff Tripoli here from Syracuse, New York. Wishing you get well soon and good recovery. You got this, man. One of my favorite memories of Junkyard. When I was a kid, I'd stay up late at night watching MTV and Headbangers Ball would come on, and I'd see the video for Hollywood. Legendary stuff, man. Those memories are strong with me. Hearing your voice, piercing above the guitars, cool. Very cool. Still lives with me today, man. Thank you for the inspiration and all the good music. Keep up the good fight. You got this.
and I forgot to mention the Town Pants, which is Jeff's band. They're a great band. They actually get played locally in Ithaca on the radio quite a bit. So yeah, check them out if you get a chance. And also, how cool was Jeff's Electric Mayhem shirt? And speaking of Jeff's, Tyler, the magic producer, did get that video ready. So we're going to show Jeff Long's performance with Junkyard in just a second. But before we do, please, 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 the point of this whole thing, man. Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com. Buy some stuff. Help David. Yeah,
I
go ahead,
haven't
brother.
watched this in years. This is going to be embarrassing for sure.
I'm excited to see it, man. I'm super psyched.
For anybody that doesn't know, I'm the guy in the video with the huge beard. I've shaved a couple times since, but
right on. And I have a huge beard, so. And also the GoFundMe's down there in the bottom, in the link, in the description link. So however you say it, I don't freaking know. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and throw up this video of Jeff Long performing with Junkyard. Let's check it out. All right, so man, so that was confusing for whatever reason. The technology wasn't meeting, and we couldn't tell what was going on. So we actually thought we were not getting the video up, and we were talking. But while we were talking, Jeff shared something really cool. And yeah, man, if you just want to talk about that again, because it was freaking amazing, and no one got to hear it but us.
All right, yeah. I wasn't expecting to be talking to a bunch of people today, but so one of the dinners, I was saying before how we were getting to the point where when they played around us, we'd go out to dinner and hang out before the show and stuff. So my wife and I and David go out to dinner, and then we are driving him to his hotel so he can get ready for the show. And my wife refers to David as my BFF. And I gotta say a million times that I'm not trying to one up anybody. David has a million people that he calls friends, and a million people call David their friend, and all rightfully so. But so we're driving to his hotel, and he says something about his cactus collection, and it was like one of those record skip moments where my wife is like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because I have this giant cactus collection.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So it's just like one of those weird things that you connect with people over.
Yeah.
That was just really cool at the time. And I ended up sending him some cuttings from my cactus and shit like that. Nothing. I don't know. I consider it super cool. I think most
That
people
is
would probably
super
be
cool.
like, yeah,
Nah, dude, that's
but
awesome.
yeah, this guy, like I said, I grew up listening to the guy. Not worshiping. Now I worship David Roach, but not worshiping him as a person, but just as a kid idolizing the musicians,
Yeah.
and wearing the shit out of that cassette tape. And then here I am, with him in the front seat of my car, driving him to his hotel room, talking about our cactus collections.
That's so
It
killer,
was
dude.
really, really surreal. It was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you first took us on the little tour, Adam said "Holy cacti," and that is the exact right reaction to that, man. That is awesome, dude. Um,
Yeah.
and then in that video that we played of you, it honestly looks like the boys are playing in a giant hangar. But you said that's your buddy's garage, and you built the stage.
That's a true story. Yeah, my buddy is Jeremy. Jeremy, if you're listening, what's up? Um, Jeremy, I Jeremy knew Junkyard kind of from back in the day, but when I got really into the new album and stuff, and Jeremy and I were really tight. We still are, but Jeremy and I were really tight, and then all of a sudden he got really into Junkyard. I got him to a Junkyard show. The first show he came to, my wife and I are already there, and we're having dinner with Dave, and um, my buddy's like, hey, where are you? I'm like, hey, we're down at this restaurant. Come on down. And he didn't know who I was with until he got there, and he was like, what the fuck, and then he fell in love with Junkyard as well, and he has that big garage. He's a mechanic, and he has a customer appreciation party every year. And with just open invitation to anybody and everybody. Let's come down. We'll have food. We'll have whatever. And so Junkyard was doing a little bit of a tour in the I'm sorry, the Northeast,
Yeah.
where we were, and so it just worked out that he was able to book them. He paid a shit ton of money. I mean,
I
not
mean,
grand money, but
yeah.
but more money than the local garage would normally pay.
Right.
And got Junkyard to play, and had Charlie Bonnet the third come out. Was on that
Oh,
little mini tour with them.
that's killer.
And a couple cool dudes from we used to call it the Drunk Yard gang. And we had a couple of guys. They had a band called Life Sentence that they did covers, and they were really cool. They played too.
Nice.
And yeah, it was really cool. But that was his garage in the background. And we across the industrial complex there was a place that made pallets. And so we within a day or two before, we use those pallets and we built that stage ourselves.
Killer. That's killer, man. That's freaking
Yeah.
awesome. That is awesome. So Adam, you mentioned that you're in a band and that you guys play a cancer benefit every year in the Cleveland area. Um, I wanted to know, just if you want to throw out some information about that, man. Um, because while this is about Roach, there's so many people. Yeah, but I know, but there's so many people who are affected by cancer, man. It's related. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like, I know it's about David, but I'm sure that you
Love
would be
Muffin
cool.
Palooza.
The Love Muffin Palooza. Awesome.
Dig it. Dig it.
Hell yeah. He has a label called Love Muffin Records. All right, cool. That's awesome, man. Has it already gone down this year? Okay, it's August 24th in Cleveland, Ohio. So Love Muffin Palooza, August 24th in Cleveland, Ohio. At the Bop Stop. All right, sweet. Yeah, so if you're in the area, go check that out, man, because obviously this is about David. But cancer is fucking evil. And anybody who's fighting cancer, all the proceeds go to local cancer support. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. So I think because I'm the host, I can a local cancer support. Go to a local cancer support center called the Gathering Place. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. And
Be in
man,
Columbus this weekend.
hell yeah, dude. I was in Columbus not too long ago. Um, it was it was a free show, but it was like a '90s rock thing. They've got 155 raffle prizes. I gotta bring this back up. Okay, they're all Cleveland based, but one is an electric guitar. All right, that's awesome, dude. That is killer. So yeah, man. Like I said, I don't think David will mind us talking about other people who are in need,
I don't care if he does.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely check out Love Muffin Palooza. but the and man, if August 24th, I will I'll talk to my buddy who I go to concerts with. Cleveland's a little bit of a drive, but I mean I am in the Midwest, so I'll check it out, brother. But yeah, so please support the Love Muffin Palooza if you're in the area. It's clearly a worthy cause. And the other thing is the reason that we're here is for David Roach, Junkyard, and his wife Jennifer. So again, GoFundMe link is in the description. Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com. All right, cool. So if you want to email him, if you want to email Adam for more information, it's lovemuffin@yahoo.com. Did I get that right? The chats don't stay up for me because I'm the host. So it's like
I believe it was at
Okay.
I believe it was a Yahoo.
Okay, lovemuffin@yahoo.com. Oh,
Love Muffin.
I
Love
love
Muffin
Love
info.
Muffin info@yahoo.com. Thanks, brother. So yeah, shoot Adam a email about that, but also and go rock out and have fun. But also let's support David, man. Let's go to that GoFundMe, throw him a few bucks. Go to Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com, and pick up some cool merch, some CDs. It's all gonna go to David. And Tyler, we were kind of talking when you said the next video, so I didn't hear you, brother. Who's coming up next? We did not do James Walsh. So man, James Walsh is a musician. He is also a guy from WrestlingEpicenter.com, but he's also one of the guys behind the Sleaze Rocks website, which Sleaze Rocks
Oh,
has.
nice.
Yeah, dude, you know Sleaze Rocks.
Nice.
Yeah, Sleaze
Yeah.
Rocks has kept this kind of music alive, man. And they've been really supportive of Junkyard through the years. And James just wanted to drop in and give us a little message. The funny thing is, like, I don't know if James was like, I don't know if me saying anything is gonna matter. He kind of, I guess he questioned if he had enough fame for people to care. But dude, first of all, Sleaze Rock is, man, one of the best websites on the internet for people who love hard rock. And second of all, it's not really about that, you know. Every voice matters, man. Let's get it all out there and let's fucking scream for people to come and help David, you know. So yeah, let's check out this message from James Walsh.
Hey guys, James Walsh from WrestlingEpicenter.com and Sleaze Rocks, sending out some loving thoughts and good vibes and prayers. I'll give it prayers, why not? To Dave Roach of Junkyard. Big fan of those guys, big fan of Dave's, and I know he's going through a lot right now, so my thoughts and prayers are with you, man, and best luck to you. Thank you.
All right, awesome, man. So yeah, like I said, from here on out, I'm just gonna pop back in with the links, and we're gonna go right to the next video. So there's GoFundMe in the description. Please help David Roach with his cancer battle. The battle that he is going to win, man. I think with all of us behind him, and even more important, his positive attitude, you know? Man, so unfortunately, Cornbread, which I thought was one of the coolest things, he was going to come on. He's a hip hop artist who loves Junkyard and is actually influenced by their music. I mean, his name's Cornbread, so obviously there's some Southern elements to his music. He was going to come on, and he got stuck late at work. So, but we appreciate him sending his thoughts. We appreciate the fact that he even thought about coming on here. But head over to junkyardblues.com, BLOOZE.com, and pick up some stuff there to support Roach. And yeah, man, let's keep this thing going with Drew Fortier, the guitar player for The Liquid, the guy who made the Bang Tango film, the documentary. I've been talking to him back and forth for a few days now. He loves Roach, and he's really, really super supportive. So let's check his video out, man.
Hey, this is Drew Fortier. I'm the guy that made the Bang Tango movie, played guitar for Bang Tango for a couple of years. I'm in the Lucid with Ellison and Vinny from Sponge and all that stuff. But none of that matters because this is about David Roach from Junkyard. Absolutely wonderful human being. Had the honor of playing a show with you guys. I think the first time I met you was at the Cat House Live Festival in Irvine Meadows, California. I remember the sun was beating like a laser beam on that stage while you guys were playing at that exact time of day, but you guys absolutely slayed it and destroyed that show. It was amazing. But I have nothing but well wishes for you. I know you're going to pull through. Got all the love in the world for you. And yeah, you got this, buddy. Love you, man.
All right. So yeah. Thank you, Drew. Again, GoFundMe's in the description. Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com. Pick up some merch, support David, pick up David's original art. This stream is going out for David Roach and his wife Jennifer, and to support him in his cancer battle. So let's do this. Up next, these were actually the first guys to send a video in. One of the first guys to respond when I sent out the call. Tyler, how do you say the name again? Hollywood Rocks. Okay, yeah, Hollywood Rocks. And they're a band from Indianapolis who has a, like I said, they sent a message out for Roach. So let's check it out.
Everybody is on.
Hey, I'm Darren from Rock Hollywood. I'm David.
Hayden Frazier.
Lizard King.
I'm Aaron.
And this is for you, David Roach, from the band Junkyard. We played with you guys in December of 21 here in Indianapolis, Indiana. And it was a really cool show. Not a big crowd, but it was a really good show. And David and I got to talk to you after the show at the bar next door. We know you're going through some serious health problems right now. And our thoughts and our prayers are with you. And we hope that you can pull through this and live to rock again. Anybody else?
Amen to that.
Amen to that. Hangs out.
You're better, David.
Yeah.
So, thanks, David, and we hope to see you again. We hope to rock with you again.
Get better, man.
God bless you.
Get better.
Are we back? All right, man. 10 seconds is a long time when you're sitting there waiting. But anyway, man. Again, Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com. The GoFundMe's in the link. I feel like at this point, people really want to see the messages that people send in. So that's what we're doing. I'm going to get as many of these videos out in a row. And I'm just going to keep popping back in to let you guys know how you can support David Roach and his wife, Jennifer, while David battles cancer. Let's get Junkyard back out on the road. Let's get David doing what he loves. So this next message is from Lance Eric, who has played with a ton of bands around the LA area, but is probably most well known for being the guitar player for Bang Tango. He's actually their longest tenured guitar player. So yeah, let's hear what Lance has to say, man.
Hey David, Lance Eric here from a few bands, Bang Tango. You would probably know me. We probably crossed paths, but we never actually met. But I hear you're having some medical issues, and I'm wishing the best for you, brother. And we're a small community, so we gotta stick together. And I hope you come out of this with flying colors. And I wish the best for you, brother.
All right, so yeah, that was Lance Eric sending out his well wishes. And again, David Roach and his wife Jennifer. David Roach is battling cancer, and his wife Jennifer is right there by his side supporting him. So let's help him out, man. So GoFundMe down in the description. You can go to Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com to support them by buying some merch, picking up some of David's art. So this next video that we've got is kind of unusual. Robert Wayne, who is a country musician from Tennessee, I believe. He was touched by David's story, but instead of, and the idea of a fellow musician going through this, but instead of sending in a video with him talking, he sent in a song, and it doesn't necessarily. I mean, it doesn't have anything to do with David. It doesn't have anything to do with cancer, but it's a very melancholy, emotional tune. And he's playing it live. So yeah, let's check that out from Robert Wayne, man.
Hey guys, this is Wayne Todd here. I'm coming to you live from Lincoln County, Kentucky. I wrote this little song called Angel Ridge. I hope you like it. There's a place in Lincoln County called Angel Ridge. There's a place in Lincoln County called Angel Ridge. There lives a pretty angel down by the bridge. Well, I see her every morning come walking by. Yeah, I see her every morning come walking by. Lord, the way she moves brings a tear to my eyes. She comes out every evening, take her mail. sugar mill. Lord, the things I'm thinking should be thrown in jail. There's a place in Lincoln County called Angel Ridge. There's a place in Lincoln County called Angel Ridge. There's a pretty little angel lives down by the bridge. Well, I see her every morning coming by. Yeah, I see her every morning coming by. She's so beautiful, make a grown man cry. There's a place in Lincoln County called Angel Ridge. There's a place in Lincoln County called Angel Ridge. There's a pretty angel down by the bridge.
All right, man. So that was Robert Wayne. And yeah, when he heard David's story, he was moved to send in that song. He also wanted to say that even though he doesn't know David, he wishes him well. And as we all do, man. I don't know David either. I'm just a fan of Junkyard. And they matter so much to me. So yeah, let's help David fight this thing, man. You can go to the GoFundMe. The link's in the description. Go to Junkyard Blues. Do I have to keep spelling it? BLOOZE. It makes me sound like, I don't know. Junkyard Blues, BL. Yes, exactly. But it's an infomercial for something that's beyond important. You know what I mean? So yeah, Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com to buy merch and to help David out. So this next video is coming to us from Jimmy Flame. And Jimmy actually shared some stuff with me during our messaging that he didn't share in his video, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. He knows David from the punk rock scene. He was in a punk band, and they would cross paths because the punk rock scene in Texas obviously is not. I mean, it's pretty big, but it's not gigantic. Punk rock scene in LA obviously is bigger, and I believe Junkyard, well, Dag Nasty and them did some stuff down in LA too, but yeah, the punk scene was small. Um, and so Jimmy and David would cross paths through that. And Jimmy was actually in a band called Badlands, which not the Ray Gillian Badlands, who would cover Junkyard songs. And so for those of you who don't know Jimmy Flame, he's one of the busiest people. He's written a bunch of wrestling theme songs. He does comic books, and he's a musician. And he took some time out of his schedule to send this message to David Roach. So let's check it out.
What's up, David Roach? This is Jimmy Flame, fellow rock and roll singer, artist, musician, most importantly, a lifelong fan. I just wanted to send some love your way, send some good vibes your way. You know, Junkyard's music, it's just meant a ton to me over the years. And you and the band have always kept it real. You've kept it loud and full of heart. I know things are tough right now, but I just wanted you to know that there's a whole army of us out here pulling for you, man. If there's one thing that rock and roll teaches us, it's to keep fighting, never back down. I wanted to wish you strength and a smooth road to recovery. I can't wait to see you back on your feet out there kicking some ass again real soon. So hang in there, man. Hang in there, David. Your crowd's behind you all the way. Much love, much respect. Get well, dude.
Actually, I think we're about to be live again, dude. I'll tell you in a minute. All right. So So yeah, thank you, Jimmy Flame. And this next video that we're gonna get to after I remind you to get to the link, go to the GoFundMe, send something to Roach, help him out, and or go to Junkyard Blues BLOOZE.com and buy some merch. All the money goes directly to David. So yeah, Jericho Jones is up next. And I don't know anybody who's more passionate about music than Jericho. Music and wrestling and horror. That's Jericho's thing. So he sent this video in. So yeah, go ahead and check it out.
Hi, David. Just wanted to send you a message of well-being. You got a lot of people that have your heart, so keep up fighting. I wish you all the best. Love from Southern Indiana.
All right, we are back, and Tyler did not tell me who the next video was, so I will. Oh, sweet. Okay, so keeping up with the wrestling and music tie-in. Manny from the Foley's is up next. And he was pretty psyched up to send this out to David. So, and there's also a mask involved in this video too. But again, the reason that we're here, David Roach is battling cancer, and his wife Jennifer has quit her job to be his full-time caregiver. And she's battled insurance companies. She's, it's an aggressive form of cancer, so David's health can turn on a dime, and then he's got to get to the hospital. I mean, there's expenses that come up. There's just day-to-day maintenance of it. But one of the coolest things about it is if you look at all the updates about David, he's smiling, man. He's flipping off the camera. He just got married. He's celebrating life. He's making plans. And we can help support him and help make those plans happen, man. It's on David more than it's on anybody, obviously, and he's got the right attitude, but support helps. So send some donations to the GoFundMe, even if it's just a couple bucks, man. Every dollar helps. The GoFundMe is down in the description. You can also go to Junkyard Blues BLOOZE.com to get merch and, like I said, or art. You pick up an art piece from David because that's really cool. And everything goes to David and Jennifer. So yeah, this is Manny from the Foleys. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, this is Manny from the Foleys. I just want to take a second to send our deepest sympathies, respect, and love to David Roach from Junkyard. We hope that you keep fighting, man, and just do what you can. Cancer sucks, but we fully support you from one musician to another. Get well.
All right, man. So that was our last video. 19 videos, if you want to count Jeff's performance. And so before we go, one more time, hammering it in. Support David Roach. Support his wife, Jennifer. Support them in their battle against cancer. Go to the GoFundMe. Send in some cash, man. Send in whatever you got. Because David's in the fight of his life and he needs our help. He needs our support. And everything the Junkyard has given the world, everything that David has given the world through his art, let's give it back. Let's give it back, man. Let's give it back in energy. Let's give it back in support. Let's do this thing, You can also go to Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE.com to buy some merch, to also support Dave. All of it goes right to David. I want to thank Jeff and Adam for stopping in, man. Appreciate you guys so much. It's really cool that we got some people to come on and actually talk about about their personal experiences with David and the band Junkyard. Thanks to my producer Tyler. I appreciate you for letting me do this, man. It's really important to me. Okay, cool. Um, this is really important to me, and so I appreciate. Oh God, okay. I'm sorry. It's been a long 2 hours, and I'm okay. Anyway, Tyler, thank you.
Hey,
When I
David
first,
Roach rocks, man. If you guys got a nickel, throw it out there to him.
hell
Throw it
yeah,
out to
brother.
Jennifer.
Thank you, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for
Yeah.
stopping in, dude.
Yeah, appreciate you hosting it.
Absolutely, man. So, yeah, dude, thank you for coming in with that too. I was starting to get emotional, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to wrap it up.
I got you, buddy.
Oh man, that was. Oh man. So Adam thanked me for doing it and said it was nice meeting Jeff. Um, Thank you, Adam. Thanks for stopping in and thanks for sharing. Uh, so yeah, let's wrap this up, man. One more time. Let's get some support out to David and Jennifer. The GoFundMe's in the description. Go to Junkyard Blues BLOOZE.com to buy some merch, to get some art. Yeah, and fuck cancer, dude. Adam just said fuck cancer. Absolutely, 120%, man. Fuck cancer. Fuck cancer in the goat ass, as Adam Sandler would say. So yeah, Tyler, thanks, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Adam Sandler from New Hampshire, that is.
Adam Sandler from what? I didn't hear you, brother.
Adam Sandler from New Hampshire.
Oh hell yeah, he is too. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's the most. I mean, I've never met him. I've barely ever been anywhere close to him.
Yeah.
But man, just from everything that you can see, he's the most real guy. Like Roach, he's the most
Yeah,
real guy.
dude.
He's fucking, strutting down basketball shorts like anyone else.
Yeah, dude. The thing about Adam Sandler, I mean, I don't want to make this about Adam Sandler. I just
Right.
made the joke, but he brought his friends. You know what I mean? This dude got immensely famous and cast all of his homies in his movies, man. I mean, that's, to me, that says a lot about the guy. But and just like homies, man, Roach is friends, makes friends everywhere he goes,
Yeah, everywhere.
So I just want to, again, remind everybody, GoFundMe. It's in the description. Junkyard Blues, BLOOZE .com. Please just go check it out, man. Give Roach some support. Give Jennifer some support. I want to thank everybody who checked this out. As is typical with our audience, this will probably grow as it gets shared around. So it'll be up on YouTube. It'll be on our Spotify. The experience won't quite be the same on on Spotify, but you'll be able to listen to everybody. Again, thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Jennifer, for everything that you are doing for David. Thank you to everybody who sent in videos, man. The freaking response was more than I could have ever hoped for. We'll be back next week with more Most Excellent Entertainment, but for now, man, just keep sharing this thing. Keep supporting Roach. Do what you can, and peace out, man.